Hello, and welcome to our Title I Input and Revision meeting. Thank you for taking time out of your day today as we prepare for next school year. I'm Emily Ingram, one of your parent facilitators here at RM Moore. During this meeting, we will be asking for your input in several areas: our school-wide plan, the school parent and family engagement plan, the school parent compact, building our staff capacity, and our family engagement budget. So let's get started. The purpose of the school-wide plan here at RM Moore is to implement strategies to ensure that all of our students have a fair opportunity to gain a high-quality education and in order to close some educational achievement gaps. This plan supports each student in our building. Our school-wide plan is made up of three components. The first outlines the overarching needs of our school. The second is the goals that we hope to achieve. And the third are the action steps that we have in place in order to achieve our goals. In our school-wide plan, we have identified four overarching needs. The first is in English Language Arts, second is math, third, science, and fourth, social studies. At the bottom of this screen, you will notice a red speech bubble. Anytime you see that speech bubble during the presentation, it will indicate that there is a question related to the feedback form. On this slide, take a moment to answer, are there any additional overarching needs that should be considered for our school-wide plan? Here are the goals that we have outlined in our school-wide plan for the 24-25 school year. First, in English Language Arts, we would like to see an increase by 3 percentage points our number of kindergarten through second grade students scoring at or above grade level expectations on Easy CBM for reading, and the number of third through fifth grade students scoring at proficient or distinguished levels in ELA on the Georgia Milestones Assessment by May of 2025. In math, we would like to see an increase of 3 percentage points in the number of kindergarten through second grade students scoring at or above grade level on our iReady math diagnostic, and the number of third through fifth grade students scoring at the proficient or distinguished levels in math on the Georgia Milestones Assessment by May of 2025. In science, we'd like to see an increase by 3 percentage points the number of our fifth grade students scoring at the proficient or distinguished levels on the Science Milestones Assessment. And in social studies, we'd like to see an increase of 3 percentage points in the number of fifth grade students scoring at meets or exceeds level in social studies on our Common Social Studies Benchmark Assessment by May of 2025. Do you agree with the school-wide plan goals that we have outlined for next school year? Now, let's look at the action steps outlined in our school-wide plan that we believe will help us achieve our goals. First, we will provide instructional supports for students to increase achievement in the areas of ELA, math, science, and social studies. Next, we will provide professional development for our teachers on literacy and math best practices and integrated units of study. Then for parent engagement, we will provide events and resources for families to build parent capacity in the areas of English Language Arts, math, science, and social studies. Do you have any suggestions on the action steps for next school year? How we spend our Title I Part A funding can be broken down into three categories. First is in instruction. We use it to fund Title I teachers to reduce class size, Title I remedial teachers, Title I paraprofessionals, contracted services, and instructional software like Writing Score and Lexia, and books. In professional development, we use it to fund our academic facilitator, substitutes for staff trainings, contracted services, and professional books for our staff. In the area of parent engagement, we use our funding to support our parent engagement facilitator salary, supplies for our parent engagement events and the Parent Resource Center, and materials to build parent capacity. Should we receive any additional funding throughout the school year, it'll be utilized for providing additional days for professional development for our staff and additional classroom resources like supplies and books. At this time, please take a moment to list any additional feedback you have on the school-wide plan and ways that we can increase our students' achievement. We would like to say thank you to everyone who took time to take our annual Title I survey. Here are a few of our results. We have 3 strengths we would like to highlight. First is the school staff welcomes me when I visit my child's school, with 96% saying always and usually. The second strength we would like to highlight is my child's school provides information about ways I can engage in the education of my child and the ways I can help my child's learning at home, with 97% of surveyors agreeing. And finally, we are so pleased that 97% of surveyors feel that they have open lines of communication with their child's teacher. Now that we have reviewed our strengths found on our Parent and Family Engagement Survey, let's look at our areas of focus for next school year. The first is I find the parent engagement events such as the Title I annual meeting, curriculum night, literacy, math, STEM nights, ESOL night, and technology nights to be beneficial. And the second, I am encouraged to be involved and participate in school events. These are the 2 areas that we will put extra attention to for next school year in hopes to improve them on our next Parent and Family Engagement Survey. Each school year, we at RM Moore develop jointly and agree upon and distribute to parents our Family Engagement Plan. This plan outlines and establishes expectations for meaningful parent and family involvement. Our plan can always be found on our website, but it can also be found at the link on the screen. Here at RM Moore, we thrive on partnerships with our families and our community. We would love to know how we can improve learning opportunities that we offer to our families that are designed to help you work with students at home and be an active partner in the school. We also would like to know what resources might need to be provided to you to encourage parents in the education process. Please take a moment to give us any feedback on next year's school parent and family engagement plan. Be sure to include any workshop ideas or ways that we can increase family engagement. Now it is time to review our school parent compact. This compact outlines how parents, our entire school staff, and their students share in the responsibility for improved student academic achievement and the means by which the school and the parents will build and develop a partnership to help our children achieve the state's high standards. The School Parent Compact can be found on our website, and it can also be found at the link provided. In our School Parent Compact, we identify foundational skills as well as shared responsibilities of activities that fall within those skills. This year's foundational skills were in 2 areas. One, the 5 pillars of reading, which include phonemic awareness, phonics, vocabulary, comprehension, and fluency. And then second, in the area of mathematics, which includes number sense, visual representation, place value, and problem solving. Do you agree with the identified foundational skills for next school year? Now, let's take a minute to review the shared responsibilities portion of our parent-teacher-student compact. First, let's look at the teacher responsibilities. Teachers will work with students and their families to support student growth and academic success by regularly pulling data and updating individualized data goal sheets to share with students and families to monitor growth in ELA and math. Create and share ELA and math resources with families and model the use of those resources with students. And then provide appropriate level text for students to read at home. Do you have any recommendations on how teachers can work with students and their families to support student growth and academic success? Next, here are our proposed parent responsibilities. Parents can participate in their children's learning and academic growth by monitoring student progress through data goal sheets in ELA and math, utilizing ELA and math resources with students at home to practice and improve their skills, and reading leveled text weekly with your student. Do you have any suggestions on how parents can support their child's learning at home? Last, let's look at our proposed student responsibilities for next school year. Students can maximize success and reach their learning targets by, first, working with their teacher to update the data goal sheets and check ELA and math progress. Practice skills utilizing ELA and math resources at home at least 2 nights a week. And reading leveled text for 20 minutes nightly. Do you have any ideas on what students can do to reach their learning goals? Here at RM Moore, we work very hard to ensure that all of our staff in the building have all the tools and knowledge to effectively work with families. As such, we provide 4 trainings throughout the year for our staff. Several of those trainings can fall under one of these topics: identifying the value and utility of contribution of parents, reaching out to, communicating with, and working with parents as equal partners, implementing and coordinating parent programs, building ties between parents and the school, reviewing parent feedback and discussing activities that encourage and support parents in fully participating, implementing an effective means of outreach to parents of all English learners, providing notice and information to parents and all English learners in a understandable and uniform format, and to the extent practicable, in a language that parents can understand. As we plan for our staff trainings for next school year, what topics do you think teachers and administrators need to discuss or learn more about to support your child and your family? What training topics would you recommend for our staff? Each year, we set aside a portion of our Title I funds that are designated specifically for parent and family engagement. During this school year, those funds were used for a salary of 1 full-time and 1 part-time parent engagement facilitator, supplies for our parent resource room, and materials for our family engagement nights. Do you have any suggestions on how we should use family engagement funds for next school year? This concludes our Title I input and revision meeting. Thank you so much for your attendance and for your feedback. We truly value your input and will put it to use as we prepare for next school year. If at any point in time you ever have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to one of the parent facilitators. We would be happy to assist you. By working together, we will see our students learn, thrive, and grow.